teach what we do in our 4th grade class. We have a great time when it comes to impromptu speeches. So thinking about what would make a fantastic time in our, not 4th grade class, but our awesome Toastmasters group, I thought of titles of book. You just became an author. And your book just became #1 hit seller. And there are lots of people ready for you to announce what your book is and how it can benefit others. Okay, you don't know the title of your book yet, but you will find out. And your job is to let this audience know what your book is about and how it benefits the people. Okay, Joe, let's see. Joe, would you like to come up?
Sure.
Okay, number 1 through 6. Nick, pick a title, or pick a number.
5.
5. Your book is called Attractive and Affectionate Grave Design.
Attractive and affectionate grave design.
Yes. And you have 1.5 minutes to tell us how wonderful your book is and the benefits.
I can't even remember the title of my own book.
I know, I'm like,
Attractive and grave design.
You may call it the grave design.
The grave design. Believe it or not, this book is actually about, let's see. About an intersection. This intersection is 6 lanes, one way in each direction, east and west. And it's 2 lanes in each direction, north and south. There is a lot of traffic in this intersection. So my book is about the grave design of how to save lives as people go through this intersection. I didn't want to do a roundabout because I hate roundabouts and nobody knows how to do them right. I didn't want to do crisscross like they have on Pioneer Crossing and I-15 because it's too confusing sometimes and it's expensive to build the overpass. So what I did more of a, has anybody ever been on Bangor Highway where the right-hand turn lane turns out, but the left-hand turn lane goes to the left of traffic 500 feet before the actual intersection? And the reason I did this is because left-hand turning traffic, you'll notice at every intersection, it's the left-hand turning traffic that really clogs things up. If you can manage the left-hand turning traffic, the intersection will run much smoother. The grave design. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Awesome. Okay, let's see the next wonderful person. Would you like to come up?
You're going to do it?
Oh. All right. Love it. Thanks for volunteering. And tell me your name. Porter? Porter. Choose a number 1 through 6 except 5.
3.
3? Your book is titled, and we'll give you a short title, but it's about the life of a refrigerator door. A novel in notes. So think about your refrigerator and all the things on your refrigerator. And it is called A Novel in Notes. Okay, you have 1.5 minutes. When it turns green, you can be done. Keep talking until it turns green. When it turns yellow, you still have some time, so you still have time even when it turns green. Yellow, that's 1.5 minutes. And a half. When it turns red, you still have a few more seconds, but then finish up. So when you see red, you're not totally have to stop. but
shortly after.
Shorten it up real fast. Okay,
We're gonna
so
clap no matter what.
Exactly.
a novel in notes, your refrigerator. This your title back.
Okay. Once upon a time, there was a refrigerator. Now, this refrigerator was a very, very, very happy refrigerator. He lived in the store with all his friends. And he was happy as could be. People would look at him, but he never had to deal with any pesky ketchup bottles or mustard bottles or lettuce. No, he was perfect until one day. Bum, bum, bum. His evil new master bought him and put ketchup bottles, no! And mustard bottles, no! And even lettuce, no! Well, this refrigerator now had to make new friends. But he had a problem. The cabinet doors weren't being very nice to him. And they said, stop being a chicken. Get some good old coleslaw in you. And he said, not coleslaw, it's the end. But one day, his evil master got a dog. Now this dog was horrible. He would sniff around, and one day, the dog tried to get into him, scratch, scratch. And there were a bunch of scratches and nose marks. Now, this refrigerator thought, I better trap him. And it opened the freezer door. The dog saw the ice cubes and went for the ice cubes. And the refrigerator closed the door. The dog got trapped inside the refrigerator and was frozen alive. Now, the refrigerator thought that he had killed the dog. But really, the dog was just hibernating. So the next day, when the owner pulled out the refrigerator, the dead dog, he said, crap, and he threw away the refrigerator. And now the refrigerator, rest in peace.
Wonderful, thank you.
Welcome to our dinner table.
I love your refrigerator story. Okay, and the next one. Let's see. Jill, would you like to come up?
Absolutely not.
I love it, I love it. Okay. Well, come up.
Oh, thank you.
You have numbers 1, 2, or 6.
2.
2. Your book title is called Weeds in the Changing World.
Weeds?
Weeds.
Well,
Weeds
they're my
from-
pal. I've been working with them all day long. Weeds in a changing world. You know what? There's a myriad of weeds in our world, and some of them are beautiful. They actually have flowers, and they sneak around in your flower beds, and you think, oh, how pretty. And then you realize they're a weed. But you know what? Then maybe you can make friends and say, hey, you can stay. There is one weed that I will not let stay, and it does blossom. It's actually bindweed, but people call it morning glory. And it's not glorious. It takes over. I know we had on our back fence, we had the people over there had morning glory, and it snuck under the fence, went all through my garden and into my grass. And I think, that's one weed that I don't really, it's like in the category of a mosquito. What good is a bindweed? What good is a mosquito? But weeds can be delightful. There's a weed that's trying to grow in my garden now, and it's called purslane. And actually what it does is it helps you with your memory. I think, I'm going to eat that all day long. I need it desperately. So weeds can be wonderful, and weeds can be pesky and awful, but it's up to you to decide which one you're going to love and which one you're going to hate.
And checking the time. How much time do we have since we only had 2 speakers? One or
Couple
two
more.
Okay. 6. I have to see which one's 1, 4, 6. Okay, we have another one. Let's see. Would you like to come up and
I give him the timer. Steve, I'll time you. Problem solved. We'll let Gordon time me. I'll give it a shot.
Oh, very good.
Okay. Porter. Sorry. You writing it down?
Okay, how much time do you have? How much time?
So when I get to a minute, you turn green. When I
Okay.
get to a minute and a half, you go yellow. When I hit 2, you hit red.
Okay.
Got it?
And this wonderful young lady by you will help you out.
And you can make the clock go faster.
We might have
You go
a
faster. Okay, you
new
have.
member of the group.
Right?
No, I have to say I didn't press it now.
So I have 2 or 4.
Oh yes, you have 2, 4, or
that right?
6.
I took 2.
You choose. So right. I'm right. 4 or 6.
1, 4, or 6.
You can't let me know which one those are.
No?
6.
6. Your book that just came out as a #1 hit is called The Cowboy's Guide to Mall Shopping.
That was meant for Bart.
Right?
Okay, The Cowboy's Guide to Mall Shopping. Look, a mall for a cowboy is not the mall that you typically think of. A cowboy mall is Cow Ranch. You go into Cow Ranch and everything that you want's in there. You got your boots, you got your chaps, you got your cowboy hat, you got your guns, you got your feed for your cows, for your horses, and you just get lost in there. Everything that you could want as a cowboy is in Cow Ranch. The problem is getting the money to afford all that. So as a cowboy, in my book, I recommend ways to, one, make money and to budget the money. I also will point out the main things that a cowboy needs to have. One of the main things a cowboy needs to have is a horse. Without a horse, you're not a cowboy, right? You have to have a horse. Next, you have to have boots and a cowboy hat. After that, you have to have your rope. And to get around, you have to have a big four-wheel drive diesel truck. Right, Bart? Once you have those things, those are your essential things to be a cowboy. I highly recommend this book. It has a lot of tells about roping, hunting, and so forth. Just not about mall shopping. So go out and buy it today. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Okay, one last person.
Susan hasn't had anything today.
It's your turn today. Thank you.
I have to give an evaluation.
That's true.
Get to.
I get to give an evaluation.
I got you.
Okay, you get number 4, you lucky one.
That's what I was going to choose.
Your book is entitled Across Europe on Kangaroos.
I have only seen a kangaroo in the zoo probably twice in my entire life. And I can imagine that I'm probably a little bit too big to fit inside a kangaroo's pouch. Although I seem to remember reading a National Geographic magazine that said they can carry up to like 100 pounds. So I'm close. So if I were going to take a kangaroo ride across Europe, I would definitely try to do it in the pouch. If the pouch didn't work, then I would ride on the kangaroo's back, obviously. In Europe, where I would go are places where the kangaroo would be happy. I know what you're thinking. Where are kangaroos happy? Well, that's an obvious answer, isn't it? They're happy where there is beer, because they're from Australia. I don't know why you guys are laughing. That's common knowledge, at least where I come from. I would stop at every pub along the way, all the way through Europe. Now, some people backpack around Europe, and I think that's kind of a lazy man's way of getting around Europe. You're taking the subway, you're taking the train, but if you're hopping on your kangaroo, you're sure to see everything you possibly could want to see. The reason you should buy this book is because, like me, you know nothing about kangaroos. And you may think you know about Europe, but you don't know about Europe on the back of a kangaroo. Thank you.
Thank you
The
very
added
much.
benefit of being able to get over those cliffs in the Swiss Alps, right?
Yeah.
That's right, that's right. And who do I give it to?
Turn it over to